Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let's cut right to it. How you start your day matters. It's not just about getting out of bed. It's about how you talk to yourself when you do. Because the truth is, your mind is always listening. And the way you frame your thoughts in those first few moments of the day determines whether you're setting yourself up for success or struggle. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about everything that's wrong. The stress, the problems, the failures, the reasons why they feel stuck. And what do next? They hit snooze. They hesitate, and they let doubt creep in before they've even put their feet on the floor. But that's not how successful, confident, and motivated people start their mornings. They take control. They prime their mind for action, and they do it with one simple habit. They talk to themselves with intention. So from this day forward, the moment your alarm goes off, I want you to tell yourself something powerful. Start with this. I am in control of my life. No more blaming circumstances. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more letting outside forces dictate your happiness or success. You are not powerless. You are in control of your choices, your mindset, and your actions. Every decision you make today is shaping your future. If you don't like where you are right now, then make a new choice. Say this next. I am capable of achieving great things because you are. The only difference between you and the people who have what you want is that they believed in themselves long enough to take action. It's not about luck, talent, or circumstances. It's about showing up even when you're scared. It's about putting in the effort even when you don't feel like it. It's about refusing to let self-doubt keep you small. If you don't believe you can do great things, you won't even try. And if you don't try, you'll never know what's possible. Next, remind yourself. I choose to focus on solutions, not problems. Because let's be real, life is going to throw challenges your way. You can either let them paralyze you, or you can train yourself to shift your focus. Every problem has a solution. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. Every obstacle is a test of how badly you want it. So instead of complaining or feeling stuck, ask yourself, what's the next step I can take? Progress happens when you stop dwelling on problems and start solving them. And listen, fear is always going to show up. It's part of the process, but that doesn't mean you have to listen to it. So every morning, tell yourself, I will not let fear stop me. Fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It's your brain trying to keep you safe, but safe descent lead to growth. Safe doesn't get you the life you dream about. Safe keeps you exactly where you are. The only way to move forward is to feel the fear and do it anyway. And while we're on the subject of self-worth, here's something you need to hear. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. You don't have to earn it. You don't need someone else to validate it. You don't need permission to feel like you deserve good things. You are enough exactly as you are. But here's the catch. If you don't believe it, you'll push those good things away. So start acting like Simeon, who knows they deserve greatness. Every morning, remind yourself, I am resilient. I can handle anything because you can. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. You've aimed it through things you thought would break you. And yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever. No matter what happens today, you have what it takes to face it. Gratitude is a gamaker, so before the day even begins, say this. I am grateful for this day and the opportunities ahead, because no matter how tough life feels, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus. It pulls you out of negativity and reminds you of how much you already have. And when you appreciate what you have, you create space for more good things to come. And here's one of the most important truths you need to believe. I'm constantly learning and growing. Nobody has it all figured out. Everybody makes mistakes. The difference is successful people don't see failure as the end. They see it as a lesson. Every experience, every setback, every challenge is shaping you into something stronger. Stop expecting perfection and start embracing growth. The next thing you say in the morning should be this. Choose to take action today. Not tomorrow, not someday, not when you feel ready. Because waiting for the perfect time is the biggest lie you'll ever tell yourself. The perfect time is now. Even if it's messy, even if you don't have all the answers. Action is what separates people who succeed from people who'll just dream about it. And finally, let this be your daily reminder. I believe in myself, even when nobody else does, even when it's hard, even when you didn't feel like it. Because belief is a choice. And the moment you start choosing to believe in yourself, everything changes. Now, don't just read this. Don't just think about it. Say it out loud every morning, because the words you speak become the thoughts you believe. And the thoughts you believe become the life you live. You've got this. Now go take action. You are capable of achieving great things. Say it. Believe it. Let it sink in because it's the truth. Most of us spend so much time doubting ourselves, we forget what we're truly capable of. We let past failures, criticism, and fear dictate how we see ourselves. But the reality is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you can make it happen. If you don't believe in your ability to achieve, you won't even try. And if you didn't try, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Think about the most successful people you admire. They weren't born with some special gift that you don't have. They weren't handed a roadmap up to success. The only difference between them and you is that they decided they were capable. They took action even when they were scared. They pushed forward even when they didn't have all the answers. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't sit around hoping someone would come along and tell them they were good enough. They made the decision for themselves, and that's exactly what you need to do every single day. You have two choices. You can either stay stuck in self-doubt, or you can remind yourself that you have everything it takes to succeed. And let me tell you something. You have survived 100% of your worst days. You have overcome obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that you thought would break you. You are still here. That alone is proof that you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you realize, and you are more than capable of taking on whatever comes next. The problem is most people talk themselves out of success before they even begin. They think I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the right experience, or what if I fail? And that kind of thinking kills dreams before they even have a chance to grow. The truth is, you don't need to have all answers right now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Because success isn't about being the most talented or the most qualified. It's about being the person who refuses to give up. Think about this. Every single person who has ever achieved something reajates started as a beginner. They weren't experts. They didn't have it all figured out. They learned as they went. They made mistakes. They failed. But they didn't stop. They kept going because they knew that their potential was limitless. And the same is true for you. There is no limit to what you can achieve except the limits you place on yourself. So what are you telling yourself every morning? Are you waking up and focusing on all the reasons why you can't? Or are you waking up and reminding yourself of all the reasons why you can? Because your mind believes what you tell it. If you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough, you will live your life as if that's true. But if you start telling yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy of success, your actions will start to align with that belief. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you feel ready. It comes from taking action. It comes from proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable. It comes from stepping outside your comfort zone, facing your fears, and doing the hard things anyway. And guess what? The more you do it, the stronger you become. You don't have to be fearless. You just have be brave. Brave enough to start. Brave enough to believe in yourself. Brave enough to keep going even when it's hard. Because success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about pushing through it. It's about learning from it. It's about using every setback as a stepping stone to something greater. So today, make the decision. Decide that you are capable. Decide that you are worthy of success. Decide that you will take action, no matter how small, to move toward the life you want. And then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Because the only way to achieve great things is to believe that you can. And you can. You absolutely can. I choose to focus on solutions, not problems. This is a Gamaker. Most people wake up in the morning and immediately start thinking about what's wrong. The bills that need to be paid, the tasks that feel overwhelming, the stress of the unknown. They get stuck in a cycle of negativity, focusing on everything that could go wrong instead of looking for ways to make things go right. But the truth is, whatever you focus on expands. If you start your day dwelling on problems, those problems will dominate your thoughts, drain your energy, and make even the smallest challenges feel impossible. But if you shift your mindset and choose to focus on solutions, everything changes. Problems are a part of life. They are inevitable. No one is exempt from setbacks, obstacles, or difficulties. But the difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck is that successful people refuse to waste time complaining. They don't dwell on what's going wrong. They don't replay their failures or blame their circumstances. Instead, they immediately start looking for ways to move forward. They ask themselves, what can I do right now to improve the situation? They focus on action, not excuses. When you start thinking like this, you'll take back control. Instead of feeling helpless or overwhelmed, you remind yourself that you have power. The power to change your mindset, to adjust your affirmation number 4. I believe in myself approach to find creative solutions. This doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It means training yourself to approach challenges with a problem-solving attitude instead of a victim mentality. It means refusing to get stuck in negativity and choosing instead to focus on what you can control. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. Did you immediately look for solutions, or did you let frustration take over? Did you take action, or did you let the problem paralyze you? Your response to obstacles determines your success. Every time you choose to focus on solutions instead of problems, you strengthen your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. You'll become more resilient, more confident, and more capable of overcoming difficulties. There's a reason why successful people seem to navigate problems with ease. It's not because their lives are easier or they have fewer struggles. It's because they have trained their minds to focus on solutions. They don't see problems as roadblocks. They see them as challenges to be solved. They approach obstacles with curiosity instead of fear. They ask better questions. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "This is impossible," they ask, "How can I make this work?" Your mind is incredibly powerful. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you constantly tell yourself that things are too hard, that there's no way out, that you're stuck, then you will stay exactly where you are. But if you tell yourself that there is always a way, that every problem has a solution, that you are capable of figuring things out, then y'all will find a way to move forward. Your thoughts shape your reality. This isn't just about motivation. It's about strategy. When you focus on solutions, your brain starts working differently. Your subconscious mind begins looking for answers, connecting ideas, spotting opportunities that you might have otherwise missed. You become more resourceful, more creative, and more determined. You stop making excuses and start making progress. And here's the thing, you don't have to have all the answers right away. Sometimes focusing on solutions simply means taking the first step, even if you don't know exactly where it will lead. It means asking for help, brainstorming new ideas, testing different approaches. It means refusing to stay stuck and instead taking action, even if it's small. Life will always throw challenges your way. That's a guarantee. But whether those challenges hold you back or push you forward is entirely up to you. So from this moment on, make the decision. Stop letting problems control you. Stop wasting energy on negativity. Stop getting caught in cycles of overthinking and self-doubt. Instead, train yourself to focus on solutions. Look for the next step. Take action. Because the people who will succeed in life aren't the ones who never face problems. They're the ones who refuse to let problems stop them. I will not let fear stop me. Fear is a natural part of being human. It's wired into your brain to keep you safe, to protect you from danger, to make sure you survive. But here's the thing. Most of the fear you feel isn't about survival. It's about discomfort. It's about uncertainty. It's about stepping gento, the unknown. And if you let fear dictate your choices, you will spend your entire life stuck in the same place, playing small, avoiding risks, and never knowing what you're truly capable of. Fear is always going to show up. It's going to whisper in your ear when you're about to take a risk. It's going to tell you you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you might fail. And for most people, that's where the story ends. They let fear win, they hesitate, they procrastinate. They talk themselves out of taking action. They wait for the fear to go away before they move forward. But here's what you need to understand. Fear doesn't disappear before you take action. It disappears. You take action. Think about all the times you were afraid to do something, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was speaking in front of a group, applying for a job, trying something new, or stepping outside your comfort zone. In the moment, fear felt overwhelming, but once you pushed through it, you realized something powerful. The fear was never as big as you made it out to be. Fear thrives on hesitation. The longer you wait, the more powerful it becomes. The more you analyze, the more you talk yourself out of taking action. But the second you move, the second you take that first step, fear starts to shrink. Most people think that courage means being fearless. That's not true. Courage means feeling fear and moving forward anyway. It means acknowledging the doubt that intervenes, the discomfort, and choosing to act in spite of it. The most successful people in the world still feel fear, but they've trained themselves not to let it stop them. They've learned that fear is a signal, not a stop sign. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're pushing your limits, that you're stepping into something bigger. Every time you let fear hold you back, you reinforce the belief that you can't handle what's on the other side. But every time you push through fear, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. You build confidence. You build resilience. You expand your comfort zone. The things that once terrified you become second nature, and suddenly you're capable of more than you ever imagined. Fear will always try to convince you that the worst-case scenario is inevitable. That if you fail, it will be the end of the world. That people will judge you. That you'll embarrass yourself. That you'll never recover. But let's be real. How many times have you worried about something, only to realize later that it wasn't nearly as bad as you imagined? Your mind exaggerates fear. It creates worst-case scenarios that rarely happen, and even if they do, you are strong enough to handle them. You have already overcome so many things in your life. You have faced challenges, setbacks, disappointments. You have dealt with uncertainty before, and you have made it through. Fear didn't stop you then, and it won't stop you now. The only way fear wins is if you let it. The only way it has power over you is if you listen to it instead of your potential. The truth is, everything you want is on the other side of fear. The life you dream about, the success you crave, the experiences that will change you, it's all waiting for you. But you have to be willing to go through the fear to get there. You have to be willing to take the risk, to embrace the discomfort, to step into the unknown. Because the alternative is staying exactly where you are. Wondering what could have been if only you had been brave enough to try. Fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. One day you're going to look back on your life, and the things you will regret the most won't be the times you tried and failed. It will be the times you let fear hold you back, the times you let doubt win, the times you played it safe instead of betting on yourself. So don't let that happen. Don't let fear rob you of the life you were meant to live. Feel fear, acknowledge it, and then do it anyway because you are stronger than your fears, and your future is waiting for you. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. Let that sink in. Say it out loud. Because for too long, you've been measuring your worth by external things, by other people's approval, by your achievements, by whether or not you're perfect. But your worth isn't something you have to earn. It is in something you have to prove. It isn't based on how much you accomplish, how much you hustle, or whether or not you make everyone happy. You are worthy exactly as you are. The problem is most of us have spent years believing the opposite. Maybe you weren't allowed as a kid that you had to be a certain way to be loved. Maybe you've been through experiences that made you question your value. Maybe you've made mistakes, and now you feel like you have to make up for them. Maybe you've been rejected, and now you think you're not enough. Whatever the reason, somewhere along the way, you started believing thought. Your worth was conditional, that you had to do more, be more, achieve more just to be good enough. But that's a lie. You don't have to earn your worthiness. You don't have to be perfecto deserve love, success, and happiness. You are already enough. Think about how you talk to yourself on a daily basis. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing on everything you think you're doing wrong? Are you replaying your failures and convincing yourself that you don't deserve good things? If you spoke to a friend the way you speak to yourself, would they feel encouraged, supported, loved, or would they feel turned down, unworthy, and defeated? You need to start treating yourself with theism kindness and respect that you so easily give to others. Because the way you talk to yourself matters, your mind believes what you tell it. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve happiness, that success is for other people, then you will live your life as if that's true. You will settle for less. You will shrink yourself. You will sabotage opportunities because deep down, you don't believe you deserve them. But a moment you start telling yourself a different story, everything changes. When you say, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness, you start making decisions that align with that belief. You stop tolerating relationships that drain you. You stop saying yes to things that don't serve you. You stop playing small and start stepping into your full potential. Look around you. Every person you admire, every person who has built a life they love, every person who seems confident and successful, they aren't any more worthy than you. They don't have some magical quality that makes them more deserving of happiness. The only difference is they decided to believe in their worth. They stopped waiting for someone else to validate them. They stopped letting past mistakes define them. They stopped seeking bravery and started owning their value. And that's what you need to do. You need someone else to tell you that you're worthy. You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't need to reach a certain level of success before you allow yourself to feel enough. You are enough now. You always shave bin. And once you start believing that, once you start acting like someone you knows they are worthy, everything in your life will shift. You will show up differently. You will carry yourself with confidence. You will stop settling for less than you deserve. And let's be clear, this isn't about arrogance. This isn't about thinking you're better than anyone else. This is about recognizing that you are just as deserving as any O'Neills. This is about knowing that your worth isn't defined by external things. It's not defined by your past. It's not defined by what other people think. It's not defined by whether or not you're perfect. Your worth is intrinsic. It is unshakable. It is non-negotiable. So today, stop waiting to feel worthy. Stop waiting until you achieve some imaginary milestone. Stop waiting until someone else validates you. Start owning your worth now, because the sooner you do, the sooner you'll start living the life you were meant to live. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of happiness. And the moment you fully believe that, your world will never be the same. I am in control of my thoughts, my actions, and my future. No one else has the power to dictate how my life unfolds. Not my past, not other people's opinions, not circumstances outside my control, just me. Every single day, I have the ability to decide how I show up, how I respond, and what kind of life I create for myself. And that is the most powerful truth I can embrace. Too often, we give away our power. We blame our circumstances, our upbringing, or our past mistakes for where we are today. We wait for things to change before we take action. We let fear, doubt, and excuses hold us back. But the truth is, no one is coming to save us. No one is going to hand us the life we want. No one is going to make our dreams come true for us. That's our job. That's our responsibility. And the sooner we take full ownership of our lives, the sooner we can start creating real change. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, every person who has built a life of meaning and purpose, made a decision at some point to take control of their future. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They didn't let setbacks define them. They didn't waste time complaining about what they couldn't change. Instead, they focused on what they could control: their thoughts, their actions, their mindset. They made intentional choice a single day that moved them closer to the life they wanted. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're stuck, that things will never change, that you're not capable of more, then that's exactly what your life will reflect. But if you choose to shift your thinking, if you start telling yourself that you are in control, that you have the power to create change, that every action you take matters, then everything starts to shift, because the way you think affects the way you act, and the way you determines your results. Let's be real. Life will throw challenges your way. Things will happen that are outside your control. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will be difficult. But even in those moments, you still have control over one thing: how you respond. You can choose to let setbacks defeat you, or you can choose to learn from them. You can dwell on what went wrong, or you can focus on what you can do next. You can let fear paralyze you, or you can take action anyway. That choice is always yours. And let's talk about action, because at the end of the day, mindset alone isn't enough. You can think all the positive thoughts in the world, but if you don't back them up with action, nothing changes. You have to move. You have to take steps even when you don't feel ready. You have to stop waiting for permission and start making things happen, because the only way to create a different future for yourself is to do something different today. It's easy to get stuck in overthinking, to analyze every possibility, to wait for the perfect plan, to hesitate out of fear of making the wrong decision. But here's the truth. There is no perfect plan. There is no guaranteed path to success. The only way to figure things out is to take action, to learn as you go, to adjust, and keep moving forward. Every small step you take builds momentum. Every decision you make, no matter how small, shapes your future. So if you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what am I in control of right now? What small action can I take today that moves me forward? How can I shift my mindset to align with the life I want? Because Theskond, you stop waiting and start taking ownership. Everything changes. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are in control of your thoughts, your actions, and your future. In the moment you fully own that truth, you become unstoppable. I am stronger than I think. Life has tested him in ways I never expected. There have been moments when I felt like giving up, like the weight of my struggles was too much to carry. I faced challenges that shook my confidence, failures that made me doubt myself, and heartbreaks that left me questioning everything. But I am still standing, still moving forward, still fighting for the life you want. And that alone proves just how strong I truly am. Strength isn't about never struggling. It isn't about having all the answers or never feeling afraid. Strength is about showing up even when it's hard. It's about pushing forward when everything in you wants to quit. It's about picking yourself back up after failure, finding hope in the middle of uncertainty, and believing in yourself even when no one else does. That's real strength, and I have it. So often I underestimate myself. I focus on my flaws, my weaknesses, the times I've fallen short. I compare myself to others' sand, convince myself that they're stronger, that they have something I don't. But that's not true. I have been through things that would have broken someone else. I have survived moments and never thought I'd get through. I have faced obstacles that seemed impossible, and yet I found a way. I don't give myself enough credit for that, but today I will. Today, I will remind myself of battles I've won, the resilience I've built, the courage I've shown. Because if I got through those struggles, I can get through anything. There will always be challenges. Life will never be easy. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and days when everything feels like it's falling apart. But I've already proven that I can handle hard things. I have already affirmation number 11. I focus on progress, not perfection, proven that I am capable of overcoming adversity. And the next time doubt creeps in, the next time fear tries to convince me that I'm not strong enough, I will remind myself of this truth. I am stronger than I think. When I look back at my journey, I realize that the things I thought would break me actually built. The failures taught me lessons. The setbacks forced me to grow. The struggles made me more resilient. Every single challenge shaped me into the person I am today. A person who refuses to give up. A person who keeps going even when it's tough. A person who is max stronger than they realize. I don't have to wait for someone else to tell me I'm strong. I didn't need validation from the outside world. I know who I am. I know what I've been through. I know what I'm capable of. And that's enough. Strength isn't about pretending I have it all together. It's about knowing that even in my weakest moments, I still have the power to rise. I will not let fear or doubt make me forget my strength. I will not let temporary struggles convince me that I am weak. I will remind myself every single day that I have already faced set times and come out stronger. I will trust in my ability to handle whatever comes my way because I am not fragile. I am not powerless. I am not a victim of my circumstances. I am a fighter. I am resilient. I am No matter what challenges come next, no matter what obstacles I face, I will not back down. I will not let fear win. I will not let hardship define me. I will face every challenge with the mindset of a warrior because that is exactly what I am. I am stronger than I think, and that strength will carry me forward.